14 years ago, a little over 14 years ago, I remember it very clearly. I woke up one morning, my wife and my kids had already left the house, and I thought I was living a nightmare. I was hoping it was just a nightmare and it wasn't true, but it was reality. It was my nightmare. And I remember screaming in that house, in the heat, asking God why. Why had this happened? Why was I going through this tremendous struggle? It was 2009. How many remember the recession of 2009? That was a painful time. Investments, business, things were not working out. I was on a path towards bankruptcy at that time. And as I asked God why that happened, two things came to my mind that I learned over time. Number one, it wasn't God letting it happen. It was my decisions that I had made and actions I took. It was me. The second thing that I realized was I needed to define a better why. What was really driving me? Was it about me serving my fellow brothers and sisters, my family? Or was it all about me? What's your why? For me, I started to realize I needed to have something better drive me to success, drive me to serve my clients and customers at the highest level. Once I did that, everything changed. So what's your biggest why? What's driving you? I want to introduce you to my why. One of my biggest whys. That's my family. We have 5 kids. My wife, Jill, right there in the middle, runs our house, guides our family. My oldest son there to just right of my wife. He is serving a Christian mission in Santos, Brazil, serving the people there. My daughter teaches little girls how to be a champion dancer like her. My son to the far right, Marcus, is my little entrepreneur, always building businesses, helping others. My next son, Jonas, is just naturally good at everything. We put him in tackle football. We didn't know if he would make it. He ended up being a star quarterback. Who knew? And my 6-year-old Nick, he wants to be Arnold. He's already doing pull-ups and push-ups all by himself. I kid you not, I can do 6 pull-ups without any help. That's what's driving me. So what's driving you? What's your why? Once you have that defined, we're going to take the next step here. How many of you are, fully committed to making the next 6 months record-setting in your business? Raise your hand if you're committed. All right, if you're really committed, stand up now. Everyone, stand up, but only if you're committed. And repeat after me. Repeat after me. The next 6 months will be record-setting. Now say it one more time like you really mean it. The next 6 months will be record-setting. Yes. Take a seat. All right, so what are we going to need to do? What are we going to need? What actions do we have to take to make that a reality? Well, Jim talked about it. Does it help to have some coaches and mentors, people who've already created a roadmap for success? Yes, no. It helps, right? It's pivotal. We're in an inventory-driven business. If we're an Amazon seller, if we're trying to build and grow and scale, we got to have inventory. True or false? Got to have that inventory. What about software, systems, automation, processes, delegation? That technology makes a big difference. Maybe some of us want to look at private label. What about increasing our marketing ad spend? These are all the necessary actions that will create your dream business. And how many of you would like to move high-interest credit card debt over to a 0% interest account and save a fortune? Sometimes families will save $5,000 to $10,000. So that's what you're going to need. Now, that means you're going to need some money, right? But wait a second. Isn't debt always bad? Isn't it a bad thing? Recently, I was watching Dave Ramsey on a podcast, and he explained the difference between good debt and bad debt. So we got personal debt is taking on debt with no expectation of a greater return. Go buy that big screen, go on that expensive vacation, buy the expensive clothes. Does that make us money? No. Good debt or bad debt? Bad debt, right? Now, business debt, I take on debt with an expectation of a greater return. And that's what I did when I started 7 Figures Funding, $65,000 in debt. It's now an 8-figure business with 30 employees, thousands of business owners across this country served so they can chase their dreams. Good debt or bad debt? Good debt, exactly right. So we've got our why. We understand that funding will help us take the necessary actions. So what funding is right for me? You got business lines of credit, loans. We've heard about this thing called SBA. If you had employees in 2020, 2021, there's some options there. There's business credit cards with a 0% interest rate up to 18 months, 5-year loans if you're brand new to business. We built a full marketplace of options so you can look at everything and be guaranteed to get the best funding to grow your business. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing. Gives you options. So I want to make the case for why revolving funding may be your best option. This is a line of credit. This is business credit card stacking where you have available capital, you tap your business line of credit, right? You have that inventory, you buy it, pay it down. Buy it, pay it down. No collateral, no income verification a lot of the time. If you're an established business owner, you can use business bank statements. If you're brand new, you can just do it just based off of credit. They're not going to need a business plan. You don't have to jump through hoops, and you only pay on what you use. If I take out a loan, I got to start making payments, and I better find something to use that money for, but if it's a line of credit, I'm not paying on it until I actually use it. Payments are super affordable, $10,000 balance, just $100, $200 a month, $100,000 balance, $1,000 to $2,000 a month. You've got time to roll your inventory over and grow your business. It's also open for the life of the business. You pay off a loan, well, now I got to go jump through hoops and get another loan, right? That's super annoying, right? But if I have a line of credit, I can tap it for the life of my business, and it's 0% interest for 12 to 18 months, and there's this thing called cashback points. Let me tell you a story. Last year, we were running our business, working hard, and we used a particular business credit card for all of our expenses. And towards the end of the year, my wife and I were like, dang, we've got $10,000 in cash back. Is that real cash or fake? It's real. They'll actually put it in your bank account, and you can use it however you want. It didn't cost me anything. I just used it for all my business expenses. So guess what we did? We went to Disney World. So there we are. That's Avatar Land and Animal Kingdom in Orlando, which I guess is where we're going to be next year, right? Awesome time, but here's what I was really grateful for. My in-laws, my mother-in-law and father-in-law, they'd never been to Florida. They'd never been to Disney World. We got to take them so that they could, we could get everything covered for them, and they had an amazing experience. I didn't know my mother-in-law loved roller coasters. She was screaming, giddy as a schoolgirl, just loved those roller coasters. Now, my father-in-law didn't like it so much. He was a little sick, but she had a great time, and that was an amazing experience we had. Those are smart money tactics that we share with our clients so you can live the life of your dreams. So if you'd like some of that smart money cash in your life to take your family to Orlando, raise your hand and say, I. Okay, some of you are going to Orlando. That's good. So why should you apply today? Number one, no hard pull. We're approved with Experian on their soft credit check program, so there's no negative impact to your credit to look at your free pre-approval today. You're going to see how much funding you can qualify for, whether it's a business line of credit, any loan options, if you want to go that route, or business credit stacking, all the options. You'll be able to see your credit score, and you'll be able to tap into our FinTech app that I'm going to tell you about in just a few seconds, so you can get your money right and manage all this, because they just didn't teach us this in school. You'll strategize with your own funding and credit expert, and if now's a good time, great. If it's not, if it's 6 to 12 months later, we'll be here ready to serve you. This is our third year come to this event because we love this community. We love serving you. So if you would like to see your free pre-approval option today, raise your hand and say, yes, please. Okay, here's how it works. Take out your phone. I'll give you guys a few seconds. Let's see if everybody can take out their phone. Take out your phone and scan this QR code. If you're really good at typing out websites, you can type out the website there, but I would probably just scan the QR code. Once you scan that QR code, you're going to be directed to a special link put together only for proven conference members and attendees. You're going to be able to look at your free pre-approval. You're going to fill out a very simple form. It's 90 seconds. Just your contact information and your residential address that Experian has on file. So there it is. Scan the QR code, fill out the simple form, no impact to your credit to look at your options. And step 3, you will be directed to our MyFigures FinTech app. Raise your hand if you have any idea what the myfigures.com app is. Anybody know what that is? Perfect. Well, I'm going to tell you about it. So for years, we've had business owners who apply for funding and they get loans, they've got credit cards, they got their bank accounts, they got their mortgages, real estate. They're like, Leo, do I have to really log into 20 websites for the rest of my life to look at my finances? Kind of tired of it. If you would like to log into one place, raise your hand and say yes, please. Yes, please, right? Let's make life easier. So we said, hey, we're going to put our profits and our own money into this app, and you're going to be able to manage everything in one place. You'll be able to see your net worth, how much you spent on inventory last month, and if you're like my wife and I, you might look at your personal spending and be like, oh my goodness, what did we spend our money on last month? And you can start to identify, oh, we should cancel this, oh, we didn't need to do that. Or maybe you're doing a great job and you just are tracking your net worth, making sure you're winning at building your business. You'll get access to the myfigures.com app. How many of you would like 2 free gifts today just for applying? Raise your hand if you'd like free gifts. No? No one wants any free gifts? So the first gift you get is a digital copy of the Business Funding Formula book I wrote. But let me ask you guys, how many of you learned a lot about credit in high school and college? Yes? Oh, I didn't either. That's why we created Credit College. We're on a mission to eradicate the disinformation related to credit misinformation once and for all in this country. You get free access to this. Share it with your children. Share it with your family. A good credit score will save you not just thousands, but hundreds of thousands of dollars for the rest of your life. Guys, the real heroes of our business are the 24 men and women back in Utah waiting to serve you. With over 1,000 5-star reviews online, the team at 7 Figures Funding is there to give you the result that you need and quite frankly deserve. And one more reason to apply today. Everyone who applies today will get entered into the contest to win an Oculus VR headset. We will be announcing the winner tomorrow. This is a pretty cool headset. How many of you have got one of these VR headsets? Like, you can put them on, go to different worlds, go on vacation without having to leave your home. Now, you gotta control it. You can't let the kids go crazy on it. But hey, if they do some work, maybe they can have a few minutes of the VR headset. So we'll be giving that away tomorrow. And again, if you want to live your dream life, create your dream business, it's going to take fuel. Fund your business, fuel your dreams, and make it into reality. Have a beautiful day.